All right, everybody, we're going to get started with our October Junior Ambassador Briefing. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're really excited to have you here and talk about our program for 2017 and 2018. This will be the first webinar of our first full Junior Ambassador season, and we're really excited to have you all along the journey. My name is Julie Eller. I am the manager of grassroots advocacy for the Arthritis Foundation. I may have met some of you in person at juvenile arthritis conferences this summer, and if not, I hope to meet all of you in person at some point this year. It is my job to oversee our different grassroots advocacy programs. So I help to connect all of our arthritis patients who are involved in our program with opportunities for legislative action, along with our advocacy leadership team. I particularly love my job because I have had arthritis since I was 7 years old, and getting to turn my patient story into a professional one has been so rewarding for me. And I really my favorite part of my job is getting to talk with you all about how, as teenagers, you can raise your voice and share your stories. So I'm so excited for this Junior Ambassador Briefing, and I'm so excited for our program, and I'm thrilled to do it with all of you. I'm not sure if you know this, but today is the perfect day to launch our Junior Ambassador Year, because today is World Arthritis Day. And our mission as Junior Ambassadors is to raise our awareness for people who are in our position, for people who experience juvenile arthritis. So whether you're a patient or a sibling or a friend, it's our job on days like today and on every day of the year to spread awareness for the 300,000 children in the U.S. who live with juvenile arthritis. So if you have seen any of our images on social media today, or if you've made your own posts, keep it up. If you use the hashtag World Arthritis Day, we'll be able to get some of the traction from our awareness posts so far. And if you haven't made a post, I encourage you to do so. Share your story on social media. Let people know what we're excited about. Because the more we talk and the more we share about juvenile arthritis and how arthritis affects our communities, the better off we'll all be. Now, to talk about opportunities we have for Junior Ambassadors throughout the year, I wanted to give you all a taste of what the year will look like, do some level setting, and show you what this year will look like for each of you. So first, let's start with our Junior Ambassador call to action. Junior Ambassadors have 3 core calls to action that we honor every day. It's our job to raise awareness for juvenile arthritis. It's our job to be the voice for kids and teens that experience arthritis. And most importantly, it's our job to share our arthritis story. Now, something that I learned kind of as I became more involved with the foundation was that my story is mine to own. And although arthritis can cause a crazy amount of pain every day and can really take away some of the different parts of the things that I love to do best, I own that experience and I get to make of it what I want to, and you do too. And one of the ways we can do that is by sharing our stories with our elected officials and sharing our stories with our teachers and our coaches and the people in our communities, because the more we speak up, the louder the voice of the arthritis community can be at large. Together, we really can make a difference for people with arthritis. So here's what to expect for this Junior Ambassador Year. We're going to have webinars, we're going to have opportunities for action, and we're going to have email updates. Our emails will come out once a month, and they'll include a recording of the webinar that we had the month before, a date for our upcoming webinar, and an opportunity for action. Now, our opportunities for action are going to be different every month, and throughout the year, you'll get to do and build on the skills that we're achieving and learning in our webinars. So our webinars are we're going to have 6 of them. They'll be every other month, So our next one, it will be on December 12th. All of our webinars will take place at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so at this same time of day moving forward. All of them will be recorded and will be available online shortly after the briefing is live. And if any of these dates have to change, I will notify you. So mark your calendars. Our next webinar is December 12th, and after that, we look forward to more webinars on February 13th, April 17th, June 12th, and August 14th. The best part about these webinars is that every time we have one, we'll get to do a deep dive into something new for junior ambassadors. Today's webinar, we're going to focus a little bit of our attention on how to craft an email to introduce yourself to your federally elected officials. In the future, we can craft those webinars based on what you guys want to see. So if you want to learn more about how to run a social media campaign, well, that's great. We'll run a social media campaign webinar. If you want to learn more about having a fundraiser at your school, we can do that too. The best part about this program is that it's brand new. So we'll learn from each other throughout this year, and we'll get to really tailor the experience so that it's the best possible one for each of you. So what are some of our action items for this year? What do we have laid out already? Well, we're going to be able to take action this month by emailing our federally elected officials. We might next month, as we have Jingle Bell runs come into our local market, volunteer and talk about advocacy at our Jingle Bell runs. Our goal then would be to recruit some new junior ambassadors to the program and bring them along. In March, we're going to have our Platinum Ambassador Fly-In. Now that's an opportunity for ambassadors to come to Washington, D.C. and talk with their elected officials about their experiences with arthritis. One way that you can participate from home will be through our virtual constituent project. That project will mean that you get to stand in front of a video camera if you feel comfortable with it, or maybe if it's easier for you, sending an email, but we'll stand in front of a video camera and we'll record a video with you sharing your arthritis story and asking your elected officials to act on a particular piece of legislation. Then those videos will be sent to your members of Congress. So even if you can't be in Washington, D.C. in person, you can still send a video and have some face time with your elected officials. After that, our cornerstone event for the year will be to have a meeting with the in-district staff for your federally elected officials during Juvenile Arthritis Awareness Month. So in July, we're going to try to set meetings that you can have to talk and have some true face-to-face time with your elected officials or their staff. The key to advocacy that you'll learn throughout this year is that the staff in an elected official's office is truly the decision makers. These are the people who have the most influence on our elected officials. So a meeting with a staff member is just as influential and impactful sometimes as a meeting with an elected official. And our last kind of opportunity for action this year will be to make your own advocacy activity. This will be on each of you to identify ways that you want to get engaged. And by the end of this year, you'll have the tools and the skills to make advocacy happen. You'll be able to look at a different piece of legislation or look at a problem you're having and be able to identify new ways to address it through public policy, through sharing your stories, through raising awareness. All of this is to say we're really excited for the Junior Ambassador Program. And we have a really, really cool opportunity for our junior ambassadors this year. So as you know, traditionally, we have had an advocacy summit each year. And this is the first year we're doing a new event in March in place of the advocacy summit. This year, we're having a Platinum Ambassador Fly-In, which I mentioned before is our opportunity for our most highly engaged Platinum ambassadors to come to Washington, D.C. and meet with their elected officials in March. This year is taking place on March 12th and March 13th. I am so excited to tell you that the Arthritis Foundation will be offering a limited number of scholarships for junior ambassadors, along with one parent or guardian, to attend the fly-in. That means that there will be an opportunity for you to apply for one of these 5 exclusive seats to come to our fly-in and be a part of the event. Junior ambassadors will have their own track for advanced training to learn more about becoming a junior ambassador and maybe achieving next year, in our second year of programming, a Platinum Junior Ambassador Award. You'll be able to network with other junior ambassadors and other Platinum ambassadors, and you'll have opportunities to meet with your legislators and their staffs on Capitol Hill. If this is something that you might be interested in, please keep an eye on your email. In November, we'll be sending out a newsletter, our November Junior Ambassador newsletter, and it will include our application materials. We'll have you guys write a short essay explaining why you want to come to the Platinum Ambassador fly-in and why the experience might be meaningful to you. Those essay applications will be due on November 30th, and notifications will be made for those who receive the scholarships in mid-December. More details on this will come. We'll be ready and able to talk with you in depth about this opportunity soon. So if you have questions, please reach out to me, but keep your eye on your email for November's Junior Ambassador newsletter. Now, let's shift gears a little bit. We've talked about what this year will look like, but now let's talk about what this month will look like. What's October's assignment? Well, this October, we're going to be saying hello to our federally elected officials. How are we going to do that? It sounds intimidating, but I promise it is easy as pie, and we're going to break it down for you now. So first, if you haven't done so already, if you're new to the program, the first step is finding who your elected officials are. If you are new, please hang around for the end of this briefing, because we will have our new ambassador orientation, our new junior ambassador orientation, immediately following this briefing. So the first step is finding your elected officials' websites, and you can do that in 2 ways. You can go to Google House of Representatives or Senate, and find the official.gov website. Once there, you'll be able to find your elected officials. To find your federally elected representative in the House, simply type in your zip code. When you do, you'll click this Find Your Rep by Zip. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. And it'll populate who your representative is. You'll be able to click on their website and click the Contact Me field. Same goes for this space in the Senate. You'll just hover over your state. In this case, it's Wyoming, and you'll see who both of your senators are. You have 3 elected officials, 2 senators and 1 representative in the House. It'll be your job this month to contact each of them and let them know that you're a junior ambassador for the Arthritis Foundation and that you have a story to share with them that kids get arthritis too. In your email, you'll be able to populate it with lots of details. Here are the ones to make sure to touch upon. First off, you want to include your name, your age, and where you live. It's important to include where you live so that your elected official knows that you are a constituent in their neighborhood. A constituent is simply someone who lives and votes for their elected official and whose vote counts toward that elected official's campaign. Your elected officials will want to know that you are a junior ambassador for the Arthritis Foundation. Then you can share a little bit about your arthritis story. Now it's important to make sure your message is succinct and memorable. So if possible, in 1 to 3 sentences, share a little bit about your arthritis story or something that you want your elected officials to know about arthritis. Next, you can include a link to our Junior Ambassador video to help tell the juvenile arthritis story. The video is right here, this link. And tomorrow, I'll be sending out the slide deck from this presentation, so you'll be able to refer to these slides later on and copy and paste this link easily into your email. If you want to send your email tonight, please feel free to go to YouTube, search for the Arthritis Foundation, and click on the Ensuring Children's Access to Specialty Care Act. We'll show that video in just a few minutes. Next, the last part of your checklist is to make sure you offer to be a resource and let your elected official know that you are happy to raise awareness for juvenile arthritis and that you will be a continued contact for them throughout this year. Here's what a mock email might look like. Your subject line could be something like, "Kids get arthritis too." In the email, you'll want to address your elected official, saying, "Dear Representative," or "Dear Senator," including their last name. Your first paragraph can say something like, "My name is Julie. I'm 23 years old, and I'm from your city and state. As an Arthritis Foundation Junior Ambassador, I am dedicated to raising awareness for the kids and teens affected by arthritis. Arthritis impacts my life by," and then you can talk a bit about your personal story. For me, I might say, "Arthritis has impacted my life since I was 7 years old. I am currently in medical remission, but couldn't be if it weren't for a fantastic team of doctors and nurses who helped me find the right care." This particular email then goes on to talk about one of our legislative asks. So as you advocate for arthritis, often we'll want to talk about a legislative ask. In this particular email, we're talking about the Ensuring Children's Access to Specialty Care Act. This is a bill that helps kids access their doctors when they need to. Right now, there's a pediatric rheumatology shortage. Only 350 board-certified pediatric rheumatologists exist in our country to treat nearly 300,000 children with arthritis. That's only one doctor for nearly 900 kids. I want to let my elected official know that they can help by supporting legislation like the Ensuring Children's Access to Specialty Care Act. And then I provide a link to our Junior Ambassador video where we can share a little bit more of our story. So that's the basic rundown of how we will provide information in our email. A little bit about yourself, including your story, and letting them know that you're a Junior Ambassador for the Arthritis Foundation and that you're going to be someone who brings up issues like the Ensuring Children's Access to Specialty Care Act as a solution for the pediatric rheumatology shortage. Next, I'd like to show you this Junior Ambassador video. And unfortunately, I'm having some technical difficulties within my PowerPoint, so I'm going to share it with you directly from YouTube. Here we go. I'm going to start it over here. So when you include this link, you'll be able, your elected official will be driven right here, and they will be able to watch this video. These are some of our Junior Ambassadors who took action this summer and recorded themselves from a script that we had prepared to advocate for this bill.
My name is Ethan, and I'm one of 300,000 kids in the United States who has juvenile arthritis.
Every day I'm in pain. If I can't take my medicine or see my doctor, my pain gets really bad. Sometimes I have to miss swim practice, Model UN, or entire days of school. When the arthritis is bad, our whole family feels the pain.
Getting treatment isn't easy.
That's because there are only 350 practicing pediatric rheumatologists in the entire country. That's only one doctor for nearly 900 kids. Seeing a doctor when I need to means I won't be in pain and I can just live a normal life.
So thanks to my doctors and my medicine, I am now on medical remission. I've been for a few months now.
Many kids have to wait a long time and travel a long way just to see a doctor. Some never see a doctor.
The Ensuring
children's access to specialty care bill will increase the number of pediatric rheumatologists and help a lot of kids like my sister. So please support this bill.
Please support the bill.
Please support this bill.
Okay, so that is our Junior Ambassador video, and you can find it by simply searching for the Arthritis Foundation online and then selecting this Please Sponsor the Ensuring Children's Access to Specialty Care Act. And when you do, you can grab the link and put it into any of your emails so that your elected officials can see this particular video and help share that story. So with that, we really are going to conclude our Junior Ambassador October briefing with some action items. What's next? We'll send our emails to elected officials this month, and when you do, please let me know that you've sent the email. I would love to hear how it goes. And if you hear a response, even better. I'd love to help coach you through those next steps. Our next Junior Ambassador briefing will take place on December 12th. So don't forget to tune in. Finally, look out for our November Junior Ambassador newsletter. And don't forget to apply for a scholarship to attend the Platinum Ambassador Fly-In, if that advanced training sounds like it might be something fun for you. At this point, I'm going to pause briefly for questions. If you're on the phone and you want to ask a phone question, just hit #6 to unmute your line, or you can type your questions into the chat feature. Okay, it sounds like we don't have too many questions tonight. As a final talking point, I'd like to just provide you with my contact information so that if you have any questions after the fact that you'd like to email or tweet, you simply can type in my email address or log on to Twitter and search for me there. I'm happy to chat on the phone if that works best for you too. Just give me a call, send me a tweet, and I'm happy to help you advocate for arthritis. Thank you so much for joining us today. I had a great time chatting with you all, and I look forward to the next steps we take as Junior Ambassadors. Have a great night, and if you're new to our program and would like to stay on the line for our new Ambassador orientation, please hang tight. We're going to take a break for just a few minutes and get started. Thank you.